So, what just happened was the cannon already fired onto my shore trooper. Fracture is obviously applied onto the rocket trooper, and you'll notice the fearsome foe countdown's at 3. So, what's been happening is, I've been getting like bad RNG. The rocket trooper's been getting attacks off, and then he's even been resurrecting the B1s a couple times. So, I've been able to rebound, recover, and then continue doing the pattern. So I just wanted to go through the pattern now, because I've gotten a lot of comments and messages on exactly what I look for when I do the run. So that's the purpose of this video here. So my Tarkin's going next right here, and I always like to do maneuver because it gives him the 50% turn meter, and he usually takes a turn right after. So again, we're going to be reducing the cooldowns of both, the turn meters of both the rocket trooper and Thrawn. Okay, so that's the maneuver, and then I'm going to apply the debuff. Now Jin, I tend not to do anything with Jin right now because the turn meter on the rocket trooper just isn't like at 50%. That's when I start panicking, so I'm just going to do her basic. Krennic, I'm going to do his stagger AoE. And Tarkin, everything's on cooldown, so I have to do his basic. Okay, so Shore Trooper, he's still taunting from his last taunt when right before the cannon went off. So you want to look at the cannon's turn meter. You see how it's not even 50% yet. So at this point, I'm actually going to use his basic. Okay, so now look at the turn meter of the rocket trooper. So now we have to start again applying or doing special abilities to apply the fracture turn meter reduction. So that's maneuver. And then at this point, see, I saved my Jin, so now I'm going to try to take away his turn meter with Jin. Okay, so that's good. Now we don't have to panic as much. So again, look at the turn meter of the cannon. It's at 50%. So we need to make our way back to the Shore Trooper so he can taunt. And at the same time, I'm going to keep reducing cooldowns here. So my Shore Trooper speed, he can actually outspeed the cannon right now. So I'm not too worried yet. This is a good point here. Jin has her AoE, and she can give turn meter to whoever I want. This might be a good idea to give it to Shore Trooper, but I know my Shore Trooper right now can outspeed that cannon. So again, I'm just going to apply her basic. And Tarkin, let's AoE debuff. So, see the turn meter on my Shore Trooper and the cannon now? They're close, but my Shore Trooper is outspeeding him. So again, not too worried. Now at this point, I could do maneuver, but since the turn meters are so close to each other, I'm just going to apply the taunt. So there's my taunt now for the cannon. Cannon's getting ready to fire. And the rocket trooper is still locked down. So I'm going to do basic here. I only do his AoE attack, Tarkin's AoE attack, when the rocket trooper's turn meter is like more than 50%. So same thing with Jin, I'm going to do her basic. And there's the cannon. So that sequence right there is what I do throughout the whole run. And those are the little key checkpoints that I look at. So I hope that helps out a little bit. I'm going to continue the run here. And then I'll go ahead and continue pointing out what I do. But I'm just going to continue the run here and hopefully finish it. So see the rocket trooper's turn meter. So a little bit worried there, but let's see what we can do. So at this point, I'm going to do both. I'm going to do maneuver. And the Shore Trooper, I'm going to do the basic. So see how we reduced the cooldown already? And Jin, I'm going to try to take away the rest of the turn meter. That didn't work. Tarkin, I'm going to do the AoE. Took away all the turn meter, great. And so we'll just continue playing here. So at this point, you see Shore Trooper. He's obviously outspeeding the tank cannon. So I'm going to do maneuver, and it's going to give him 50% turn meter, and then he's basically going to take another turn. So there's my short trooper, there's the cannon, and I can safely taunt now. And remember, short trooper taunts for 2 turns, so be patient and don't lose focus, and use his basic immediately after you taunt. You don't want to accidentally hit maneuver if that one is available, because then it's gonna ruin the 2-turn taunt that he has, and the cannon will just shoot whoever because he won't have the taunt anymore. The other reason I'm doing this video too is this is after the whole rework. Thrawn got a rework, and then they fixed the bug with Short Trooper and Snow Trooper, so Short Trooper doesn't get an extra maneuver cooldown anymore, which was actually helpful in my first video. So everything's looking good so far here. But again, you don't want to lose focus, so I'm actually going to play it safe here. I'm going to give turn meter to my short trooper. Let's do maneuver. Let's try to take away the turn meter. Let's apply the taunt. We're good to go. Okay, so that was the 1 turn. Short Trooper still has his taunt. We're good to go. Okay, so that's what you gotta look out for too. See when he counterattacked? The rocket trooper turn meter now, look at it, it's more than 50%, so definitely got to watch out for that. Luckily I got Jin's turn meter removal saved up, and I got Tarkin's as well. Actually, it's on a 3-turn cooldown, but I got these 3. I got maneuver and I got the debuff, the AoE debuff, so I think we're good. And again, look at the turn meter of the tank, look at the turn meter short trooper, I think we're good. You know, if you don't want to cut it close, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to give turn meter to short trooper here. So at this point, I can actually do maneuver, take away a little bit turn meter, and then outspeed the tank one more time. So that's what I just did. So see the turn meter of the tank and the turn meter of short trooper, no problem. So if you saw my first video, which was the actual 100% full run, I didn't change the speed as much, so it's pretty much the same. And I'll put the speeds in the description below. Okay, so see now the rocket trooper's getting a little out of hand, so hopefully I'm going to do maneuver. Okay, so it didn't give Tarkin 100%, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, so we got Tarkin back, which is good. Let's see if we can AoE him. Okay, so that didn't do much. We might have to deal with either an attack or he might resurrect the B1s, and then we'll kind of walk through that. Okay, so it looks like we're still going here, which is good. Oh, so we got Jin back. There you go. Wow, savior for me. Okay, so this is interesting. So, my short trooper's still taunting from that turn before. So I'm going to give him maneuver. He's going to get all his turn meter back. And then we're going to taunt again. There you go. So another variant of the RNG and the timing and the pattern. But again, we recovered. And that's always good. Okay, so we're down to our last 0.13%. Everything looks good. Let's remove all of his turn meter again. Okay, and everything looks good. So that's game of Phase 3. That's a solo. I'm going to head into Phase 4 right now. We'll do a little bit of damage, and then I'll go ahead and let my tunes die out. And we'll get the score.